extra life. Next one up in business. Marketing. Player one. Player one. Marketing. Player one. Level up in the zone. Game over means it's time to respawn. Enter the cheat code. Enter the cheat code. Boom, 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 extra life. Next one up in business. Marketing. Player one. Player one. Marketing. Player one.
All right, everybody. Hey, welcome. I'm Facebook Live. I believe I'm on YouTube Live right now, too. And we have a few of you who have joined into the actual webinar where you guys can actually interact and you guys can comment and you guys can update me with questions and things like that. So I'm excited to be here today, guys. This is going to be my second time doing a Next One Up Marketing Masterclass. The first one I did was about a year ago, maybe a little bit more than a year ago. And we talked about branding and designing your business and all of the little details that really make your brand stand out. And that masterclass I'm going to end up redoing because I have a new tool, which is called Riverside. You guys can look it up. And this podcasting tool is going to help me to actually provide even more content and even more resources for my viewers that are interested. So we've got today, we're going to dive into about website, SEO, AEO, and GEO, as you can see on the screen. And I'm really excited about this because the last several months I've been deep diving into this. I realized that there were challenges with my own business and I wanted to solve them. So this webinar, guys, is going to be something special because I know that I've attended a lot of webinars and web classes and I've paid money to be in the room. Right now I'm offering these for free. And the whole webinar basically sounds like someone trying to break down all of your limiting beliefs and then building you back up and then finally giving you a little teaser of what content that you could do. And then at the end, a big ticket where they try to sell you on this big program or big price and you have to buy this to do more things. So if you're worried about that, let me put your mind at ease, guys. I have only one thing that I'm going to suggest that you can purchase from me today. You don't have to have any big ticket sale or any purchase. You don't even have to hire my marketing company to do any of the things we're going to talk about. We would love to help you and support you, but you don't have to do that. The content I'm going to give you guys today, you can implement yourself as player one. This is what I call it with our Next One Up Marketing. We're video game brand, video game strategy behind our branding. It's just a little bit of a fun way that we try to be unique in the marketplace of marketing. And with that, you are player one. You get to be in control of all of your marketing. I have a tool that I use and that most of the marketing companies out there use at this point, and I highly recommend it. I've looked into a lot of different tools, and I'm going to suggest that one for you guys in just a few minutes, okay? That is the only thing. You actually will get the tool directly from the company that makes it, and you can work and interact with their tech support and service. And the tool is moving so fast in terms of being on top of all of the new innovations that are coming out that I wouldn't even be able to support you if I tried, because they're constantly updating and putting out new information. So I'm going to give you access to the tool. I'm going to give you a free 14-day trial, and that is the only buy-in that I have for you. Do you need the tool? No, you don't need it. If you've already got a website tool, you can do a lot of this on the website tool that you have. If you've got a website or marketing company that's doing things for you, I want you guys to be a little bit more educated on things that I've learned. That way you can have a more intelligent conversation with your marketing company. Now, one last thing before I start my slideshow, and probably I should have already started it, but one last thing is that all of these strategies you can absolutely do by yourself. You don't need to hire a marketing company. So in my company, I call it player one mode. We help you get the tools, and then you can actually go and build everything yourself. When I give you the tool, you're not even paying me. You're paying the company that made the tool, and that company is giving me an affiliate, a referral link. So they're just giving me a referral credit back for telling you guys about it, okay? Next option in my company is co-op mode, and like a video game, any good video game, you don't want to play it solo, you want to play it with a team member, with a friend. So we're going to do co-op mode, and all of your marketing games, whether it's going to be content creation, website development, maybe it's going to be social media management or ad management, whatever it is that you decide your marketing strategy is, I have a team in place that we can help you to be able to do that. So that would be co-op mode if you decide to do that with with us. And then the third option is going to be boss mode, and boss mode is where you absolutely want to dominate, and you're going to have too much time on your hands focusing on your business, and you just want to hire me and my team to get it done for you. And that is our third tier option, which is boss mode. And like I said today, for the purpose of today, I'm not selling any of those programs except for player one mode. So let me start my slideshow, and then we're going to get into all the strategies and all the things that I have been learning about SEO, AEO, and GEO. So I hope you guys enjoy this. And again, feedback is crucial. So let me know in the comments, or message me, or let me know any feedback that you get. I hope that today you get at least one content strategy that you can go back and you can implement yourself, that you can start leveling up your business right now. So that being said, sharing my screen is, weirdly not available. That's weird. All right, so I'm on Riverside. This is a new platform for me, and normally the share button is available, and maybe because I set it up as a webinar, it's not. That's kind of strange. So I'm gonna have to figure this out, guys. Hold on just a minute, and I will be. All right, oddly enough, Riverside, I don't know, I'll have to chat with tech support and figure out what happened there, but it's not letting me share, so I've got a different solution. There's always a way around it to overcome any challenge or hurdle that you face. All right, so what is that in business? Business owners, entrepreneurs, we never have hurdles, right? There's never a challenge of something that tries to stop you from doing what you're trying to do. So here's what I've got. I'm going to upload these slides individually. It's going to take just a minute, and then I'm going to pull them up one at a time, and we're going to take it on this way. So here we go, guys. I'm going to pull this one up first, and this is what I was just talking about. Now, a lot of people do their pitch at the very, very end. Guys, I'm just going to tell you right now, you may want to go ahead and go and start a free 14-day trial. The tool that I use is called High Level, and like I said, a lot of marketing agencies use the High Level tool. And what I'm going to recommend for you guys is, even if you want to do it while we're on this class right now, you can go ahead and download the tool. So I'm going to pull up next the link here. And if you're in the webinar class, you can actually select or click on this link for all of those that are in, and in the chat, you'll be able to see it as well. And then on Facebook, let me see if I can pull that up. I will put the link in the chat as well, so you guys can do that as well. So let me get to that 1 second. And we'll get this tech stuff out of the way here. All right, one more. I'm getting this set up for you guys. All right, if you're ready to start your quest on your website, your SEO, the High Level program literally does everything that you need to do for marketing all in one tool. So rather than going and purchasing, I know there's a ton of tools out there right now. You could go purchase 100 different tools. High Level has been around for a number of years. They are at the top of the game for marketing CRMs, and they are on the edge when it comes to everything, including AI, conversation bots and employees, and review management, CRMs to send out automated text and email flows and workflows, being able to have your website, your blog, an online store that you can drop ship merchandise, just everything that you could possibly think of. It connects your Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok, all your social media channels get connected into one place. So imagine this, if you're a solo entrepreneur and you've got 5 or 7 different social media platforms that somebody could message you on. You either have to flip through your phone through each one, or you can log into High Level, and it puts the conversation all into one place. So you can actually see where they're communicating with you by only logging into one device and one app and seeing all of the communication, all the messages. I know that might be like, I don't understand how they do that, but it's a pretty cool feature. You can also post and cross-post across all programs, all platforms, by just doing one post. And then you can share it amongst all programs, edit it, modify it for the little details that need to happen. It's a really incredible tool. So anyway, what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to give you a free 14-day trial. Like I said, you're only buying the tool. You're not buying it from me. You're getting it directly from the developers who make the tool. So when you go to chat for support, instead of contacting me for support, you can actually go right to the developer team and you can get the support that you need faster than I can actually give it to you. So again, guys, I like to do this up front, not at the end. This is my only ask for you guys, is if you are going to use a tool, why not check out the tool that I'm using? And now without further ado, I've got the links shared up on our social media pages. So let me go ahead and move forward with the next part. So, and let's see, as I pull up the next slide, again, they're going to be a little bit out of order here, but one more time, this is our mission today, guys. We're going to be talking about SEO, AEO, and GEO. And if you don't know what those are, I'm going to clearly define them for you guys as we go through the presentation. But the number one outcome that I want you to experience today is I want you to be able to have a strategy, tactics that you can actually get back to your business, you can implement right away, that you can get more search and get more results with people being able to find you. In 2026, there's a lot of new updates. Okay, so let me move on and pull up the next slide. They didn't all upload like I asked. All right, I'm going to try this again, guys. Not everything uploaded like I had requested. Another just tech issue, and I apologize, but we're going to get this straight. So I'm going to pull up slide number 2 now. All right, let's see if these ones will load. All right, and if you guys are already using High Level, go ahead and just put it in the chat, put it in the comments, and just say, hey, I'm on High Level already. Because if you're already on it, you don't need to click the link. You can just use the High Level already that you have, and consider this just free resource and free information I'm going to share with you guys. And again, I apologize for the tech stuff, but I'm going to get it figured out here, and then we're going to start coasting and flying through. All right, so guys, first off, my website for my martial arts school was stuck on page 5. And what's really interesting about that is that we had started a brand new business. I built my website from scratch, all right? And now I'm competing with other people that have been in business for a really long time. And so with that being said, I needed to get my website fixed. It wasn't a high priority when I first started because our program, we were able to launch very successfully, all right? So even for in terms of paid ads and marketing, I have done very little on that for the past year because I haven't needed to do it. I had organic marketing and grassroots marketing and other things that I have been doing very successfully to help grow our business. And so when I finally got around to looking at the website and saying, you know what, I want to make sure that our website is ranking #1 and getting up to the top page, I realized we were really on like page 5. I had to scroll through lots of times to find it. And so I went on this journey the last 3 months really deep diving into what happened, what do I need to fix, how do I need to fix it, and what are the new trends of 2026. And so that's what I want to go with you guys. So, kind of taking that video game vibe, this is your marketing character sheet. You are player one, as I mentioned earlier. All right, your attributes for your character are what are the strengths of your SEO capabilities, your AEO, your GEO. What are your reviews and reputation management right now? What are your website speeds? What are your content and blog look like actually? What's your authority with your backlinks? And how do you rank on local SEO? All right, now, really, this is the pro tip. You don't have to have perfect stats in any of these areas. And really, you could go down like me, a super rabbit hole of focusing on just doing this for months. And, with that being said, not do any of the other important things that you need to do, which is, probably not what you want to do. But what I would encourage you guys to do to get from this is to pick one of these categories that we're going to go through today and start focusing on it. Maybe even just set the discipline that once a week you're going to sit down and look at your SEO, look at your website, okay? Maybe once a week you're going to sit down and you're going to schedule out the content and things you need for the rest of the week. So that being said, guys, where do you rank right now? All right, next one is the foundation quest. So there's a couple of tools that are very important that you need to understand, that if you don't have these things set up for your website is just broken and it's not going to show up at all on any of the Google search information. So that's going to be things like Google Search Console. All right. Now, I want to give a shout out to the SBDC with Hussein and George because, some of the resources on the journey that I went through, I actually learned from them. And the SBDC is a great resource. They do free trainings, free consultations. They don't actually dive in necessarily and work on your business for you, but they will give you the right information and point you in the right direction. So big shout out for the SBDC, and thank you guys, George and Hussein, for all that you do. All right. So now let's move on. So your foundation quest, think about this first. Google Search Console is going to help you to understand where you're ranking. And it's very important for you to get your sitemap from your website and make sure that you plug that into Google Search, because that is going to help you to be ranking higher and to actually be getting seen and to be getting known. Now, there's a little detail that I learned about, which is called robots.txt. And we'll dive into this a little bit later, but on your metadata of your website, you need to have this listed. Okay, next up is going to be your Google business profile. And what I would really encourage you is that would be a great starting point, super easy. Maybe you haven't completed your Google business profile, but if you go into your Google business profile and you just go to Google My Business and then you find your profile, you claim it, make sure that you've claimed it, and then what you need to do is go into every single feature that Google Business Profile offers and fill it out and get 100% completed. That means listing your products and your services and all of those details, and it is a little time consuming, but once you've got that on there, it will live on there, okay? So super important, guys. So these are a few fundamental things, okay? Now I'm gonna get into high level a little bit later because I want to tell you guys that this might be overwhelming for you right now. You might be looking at this and thinking like, what are these words even meaning on the screen? I have no idea, okay? But the high level tool has all of this stuff figured out, super easy for you guys. So again, I'm just going to keep plugging that today. That's my only thing. I only get a referral credit if you guys sign up for high level, all right? But I'm telling you guys, it is a super useful tool. All right, so let's move on. So let's get into the Google Search Console, okay? This consider is like your command center. This is gonna be where you're gonna type in and connect your sitemap to Google Search so that you do actually get seen, okay? You're gonna get a chance to monitor your website's performance, to fix indexing issues, discover opportunities, to be able to track your growth. You can look at keywords and impressions and clicks, and really, this is the data center portal for you. And guess what, guys? You don't have to pay for it. This is free, okay? There may be a paid service, but you can get a lot of the information for free with this, All right. So one tip that might be is if you're really focused on your website performance, you're going to want to go in and look at your search console at least weekly. As you guys, if you're working on tweaking it, maybe you're running some Google ads. Okay, you're going to want to get in at least weekly and check that. Okay. If you're not worried about it, things are running smooth, you're getting leads from your website, all of those things, you don't have to necessarily check it. But if it's important for you, the data is where it's at, and Google Search Console is going to be a great place to start. All right, so let's talk about your sitemap for a minute. Okay, this is going to list, for example, your homepage, your services, your blog, your resources, your contact, your frequently asked questions, what each page that you have as a link. The bots need to be able to navigate that smoothly. And so that's what a sitemap is. In high level, you can get your sitemap in really just like 2 clicks. You get your sitemap, you copy it, and you just put it right into Google Search Console. So pretty simple. But that's what a sitemap is, if you weren't sure about that. Okay, next up, robots.txt. This is when we type this in, this is going to be in part of the metadata. And again, I'm going to walk you through this here very shortly as a demo. But robots.txt needs to be listed as a link. So it would be your website domain / robots.txt. You're not just going to make that as an actual page. There's a way to do this, okay? So I will show you guys how to do that here soon, all right? But next up, guys, we're going to move into the speed boss game and understanding this, okay? Your page speed. Before we get into this, there is a program out there, and it is called pagespeed.web.dev. pagespeed.web.dev. And if you just search for page speed, you're going to see a bunch of different ads and different things come up. All right, this one is particularly a free resource. And again, shout out to the SBDC because they shared it with me. I want to give credit where credit is due. Okay, but this is a great tool, and you can actually type in your domain for free, and it will give you and analyze for you your page speed, and you will get ranked on there based on what level that you guys are at. Now, my challenge of not being able to share my screen is a little bit of a challenge, and I apologize. I will put together some other content for you guys that I can do a tutorial and walk you through this later on, okay? But if you go to that pagespeed.web.dev, you can just go ahead right now and put in your website and see your speed and see how it ranks, okay? When you do, it will also tell you in a bunch of mumbo jumbo jargon what you need to fix on your page, okay? And one thing that you can do with that is if you're not a super tech person, you can copy that, put it into a program like ChatGPT, tell it to give it to you in a simpler format and tell you exactly what you need to do to fix your page, and it will start to walk you through it. So again, you don't necessarily have to hire a marketing company like Next One Up Marketing or my company here. If you've got the time and the resources of time, you can dive in and you can actually start building and fixing things yourself. Now, maybe you've got a website with a web provider that did not give you control of your website, okay? Maybe it's already on high level. You can ask them for control of your website. You could also click the link here, sign up for high level, and you can ask them to transfer the domain name and all of your assets that you purchased so that you have full control of them, okay? So again, guys, this is not me trying to assume full control of your website or your marketing. I'm just telling you like it is, the way that I looked at it. A little backstory from me, guys, is as I built 5 martial arts schools, and as I was scaling and growing, I knew early on that I was going to need to hire someone else to do my marketing for me. I wasn't going to have the time to do that. And I jumped from different marketing companies that each got results in their own ways, but wasn't doing what I needed them to do. So, and each one of those marketing companies I hired had full control of everything. And when I jumped from one marketing company to the next, a lot of times I lost all my data. I had to start from the beginning. It was frustrating. And if you're just starting out in business, this is my recommendation for you. own your content, own your data, own your website. Don't let the marketing company control it. They're going to try to charge you hosting fees and other things, right? Instead of doing that, this is the way that I structure my marketing company now. We've got the link for high level. That is the one tool that almost every marketing company is using, and I want you to own it. I want you to control that tool. You're paying the developer, not me. And now you can go in there anytime and you can implement these strategies that we're going to talk about here today. All right, so that being said, you can actually get in there and now you can actually fix whatever the things are that needs to be fixed. All right, so as we get into this, your page speed on that page speed report is going to look something like this, okay? It's going to have a performance grade, and it's going to talk about mobile and desktop, and you're going to get a chance to see where you rank in each of your speeds, okay? So basically, let me take this link off for a moment. We'll just take that down. All right, so you're going to get a chance to get a faster site and better rankings when you use this page speed report. Again, this is a free website. I gave you guys the link already, but you'll get a chance to actually see how you're performing on that site. All right, if this is useful, guys, please, just put it in the comments and just tell me. So far, out of these different areas that we've broken down, what do you guys think is the number one thing that you guys are already thinking, I need to be setting that as my my main focus right now? SEO, AEO, GEO, reviews, reputation, website speed, content, blogs, authority, backlinks. All right, I know there's a lot of information here, so let's keep moving forward, okay? I want to break down for you guys that high level. These are common mistakes, and I say that they're high-level mistakes, right? But these are not just high-level mistakes. These are common mistakes when you are building your own website by yourself, all right, without the knowledge. So I want you to be mindful of it, because if you are going to do this and you're going to build your website on your own and not hire someone to do it for you, you need to know these details. So if you have large image files, that is going to greatly slow down your speed. Video backgrounds is another one. It's much better to embed the videos from a hosting platform, whether it's YouTube or something else, okay? Unused scripts. This is something where you've got some details that are not connected, and also broken links. Same concept, right? Your links are not actually moving to things. The bots that are crawling your website to figure out if it's going to be a good website or not, and are seeing blank links, is going to be another one. All right, no metadata optimization. That's another one. All right. Now I'm going to be putting out more tools and not diving into this today. Okay, but this is a whole subject we can talk about, is what's the right structure, how to build your site. And if you want to build your own site, I'm going to have another masterclass, another resource to be able to walk you through that. So now that we've gotten through all of this, guys, and I really wish I could share my screen. I'm telling you guys, I'm going to make a little tutorial video right after this so I can show you guys, okay? But let's get into GEO. GEO is the Generative Engine Optimization, and this is really how you're going to be seen through ChatGPT, Gemini, Google AI overviews, Perplexity, Claude, all of those AI programs that people are going in. You're probably going in right now and typing in, how do I do this? Help me with that. Who is the best for this, right? A lot of times we think of going to Google and asking, what's the best martial arts school in my area? What is the best, company to build websites for me? When you are asking questions, how do I build my own website? All right, that is going to come down to the bots being able to know and identify your business and being able to pull that information to share with them, okay? So next, AEO is Ask Engine Optimization or Answer Engine Optimization, okay? And this is going to also help the bots understand what is unique about your business and being able to ask frequently asked questions, okay? So you guys want to become the answer. You want to be able to help. And when somebody is searching for what you do in business, you want them to be able to find you. So this is the boss battle now, right? The local SEO boss battle. How do you dominate your local territory? We need to be thinking about things like getting all of our reviews up and asking for reviews. And if you don't know this already, how many reviews do you have on Google, on even Yahoo, or any of the Yelp, or any of them, even though we don't really like Yelp, okay? But how many Google reviews do you have, and how many Google reviews do your competitors have? And it's not that we're competing against anybody. However, we are in a boss battle, competing to get on page one, competing for that top 3 spots. And one of those things that Google is going to look at is how many reviews you have. So know what your competition have, know how many reviews you have, and then seek opportunities to get new reviews from your customers. All right. That way you can get to the top of the game and win that marketing game, right? So your Google business profile I had mentioned earlier, making sure that you're updating your photos, posts, updating offers on your Google My Business page. We need to do all of those things, okay? When we are doing that, for an example, another plugin to High Level, you can have social media content management through High Level, and you can make one post and you can schedule it out across all platforms on social media, including Google My Business, and the tool is going to help you to dominate by being everywhere, okay? So you guys, if you haven't done this, you can test your visibility. Go to any one of these programs. If you're frequently using it, ask a friend to go into one of these, into their ChatGPT or Gemini and say, hey, can you Google this keyword? What's the best martial arts classes in Manassas? You know, and then they're going to see from their side point what is being said about you right now, and if you're even being mentioned, right? So that's an important thing, is to be able to test and to see. All right, Google Business Profile, we did just talk about that, so I'm not going to go further into that now. All right, your authority building. All right, this is also where you're going to come down into content, having podcasts, reviews, being active in the community. I'm part of the Chamber of Commerce. That has been huge. Partnerships, working with others. My martial arts program is partnered with the CARE Education Foundation. Shout out to Jimmy. And basically looking for those community partnerships that can help you guys out. I'm also an organizer on the Gems of Prince William, so shout out to Gems of Prince William, meeting at the Centerviews every Wednesday, 8:30. Come and check out and connect with other entrepreneurs for another free resource, guys. So community partnerships, being active in your community. All right, now backlinks, just to talk a little bit about backlinks for a minute. Backlinks are where your website is being shown everywhere else, okay? And I apologize, guys, because I know that my slideshow is not where I wanted it to be because I had to upload the slides individually here. But I do want to break down backlinks. I don't have my slide up for that, but I'm just going to tell you guys about it, okay? When you guys are listed on all the major backlink platforms, that's the first things that you should focus on. If you go to ChatGPT and say, where is my domain website listed for backlinks, it can do a search and it can tell you you're listed here, here, and here, and where do I need to list for backlinks, and it's going to tell you. And this is one of the, all right, I know I've kind of been talking about a lot of different theories and things right now. Let me dive into this strategy for you guys, okay? This is a big one. You can find all of the backlinks that you're listed on right now just going to ChatGPT and asking for where am I listed right now, and type in your domain name. You can also find out where am I not listed right now that I should be listed, and it's going to tell you the main ones that you need to be listed on. And it'll even give you the link to those ones. So you can click the link, open it, claim your listing. Claim your listing because it might already be there, okay? Claim your listing. You don't have to pay. A lot of these backlinks, they want you to buy something. You don't have to pay for it, okay? Just claim your listing, all right? Go on to the other backlinks and start adding them in, okay? You can ask ChatGPT, what backlinks should I be part of that are specific for my industry? So I have a martial arts business. what are the backlinks specific to the martial arts business. And there's things like Dojo Finder and, you know, black belt schools and different backlinks like that, that you're going to want to go in and set up a profile. They might not have already pulled your data. So you're going to go in and set up a profile. And as you're getting these backlinks, a goal that you might have, it might sound overwhelming, but the goal might be to get 100 backlinks, okay? And start off with the standard ones and then keep building. And if you're overwhelmed by that goal, just tell yourself, hey, you know what? Every week I'm going to go set up 5 new backlinks. All right, maybe you have a team member that you can have one of your staff say, hey, this is what I want you to do, show them how to do it, and every week they're going to go in and set up 5 new backlinks. If your business has a front desk person that's just sitting at the desk, this can be an easy task that you can have them do in between answering the phones and any other administrative things that they're working on, okay? So setting up your backlinks, guys, that's going to be one of the strategies that I definitely wanted to dive in and to make sure that you guys understood, okay? Let's see. I'm going to need to take a quick minute. I'm going to pull up my other slides here, and I apologize. I have to load them a few at a time. So I'm going to pull up a few more right now, and then that way we can dive into what we're going to talk about, because I want you to have this visual to be able to see what we're talking about. And again, I apologize for the tech. It just didn't work out for me today on that, and I'll have to fix that for next time and figure that out. This is a new software that I'm using, so. All right, so let's see here. All right, we'll focus on these ones. Okay, guys, so, all right, so listen, again, I apologize. This is not the presentation I was hoping for, but it's the one that we're going to get. So I hope that this still is helping you guys out, okay? And please just let me know questions and comments and all that. I appreciate it. Okay, so let's get into this for a moment. I've got the next slide loading right now. I want to talk to you guys about the Ask Engine optimization, okay? And with that, that is the AEO. And when you guys are thinking about how these bots are going to talk about your business, you need to think about telling a story. And when your website is just the old way of listing keywords, it's not going to get picked up well by the bots, right? If your website is actually going through a story mode, then your website is going to be able to be picked up a lot easier. All right, now I did have one other slide that I wanted to use, but that's okay. All right, so instead of just saying what you do, talk about the benefit, talk about the outcome of what they're going to achieve down the road from actually purchasing your service. Let me pull up one more slide. It didn't load. All right, here it is. All right, so this is actually the one that I wanted. So guys, there is a company out there called StoryBrand, and what's really interesting is I didn't know about that company, but just a few years ago, every marketing agency that I was working with kept trying to sell martial arts lessons as take a free class. Here's 50% off this. They were selling the offer, and that's all that they were focused on. And then when I launched my company in 2024 for Next One Up Marketing, I wanted to do something different. I wanted to tell stories, and I wanted to share examples of how we're influencing and how we're making the change in your child that the martial arts is developing. And a company is out there that's called StoryBrand that actually already had this framework and already came up with this concept. But before I knew about them, I was already on that path of wanting to tell stories and wanting to share a visual of you taking the journey. Not just sharing the offer, not just sharing that, but actually sharing the outcome. So if you haven't heard of the Story Brand Framework, I'm going to break it down for you guys. This is an important one that is going to help you on your content development. Whether you're writing a website, you're making a social media post, maybe you're standing in front of a networking group and you're presenting your business, okay? Maybe you're up on stage and you're talking through and making a presentation up on stage. Maybe you're creating a video or a reel. The Story Brand Framework is huge, and it is still, to date, the best one. Now, here's what I'm going to tell you guys. Go to ChatGPT and you can just type this in yourself, but tell me about different story brand frameworks. What are the top ways that Hollywood is making stories? So before I knew about the story brand, that is actually something that I was researching and that I was looking from my movie and acting and creating stunt background. I wanted to tell my story the same way that Hollywood would tell stories. And so when you think about that, all right, you've got the Pixar framework, the way that Pixar does it, right? You've got the Disney framework, all right, the Once Upon a Time framework. You've got so many different frameworks that you could look for. This is not about that. That's my branding marketing class. But I want to break this down for you guys. You want your customer to be the hero. You want them to be the hero, and a lot of times people put themselves as the hero. So how do we make you the hero? This is your journey. You guys are player one, okay? The challenge that you guys are facing is that your business is not getting seen on the website, on SEO, search engines, from AEO, from the ask engines, and from the bots. You're not getting seen. That's the biggest challenge. And here I am, guys. I'm trying to guide you through and mentor you. So that puts me as the guide in the story brand format, right? And then my solution for you guys is the tool, High Level. And that is going to be your weapon, all right? And a little fun thing, all right, going on video games, but it's dangerous to go alone. Type in the chat if you know which video game, which classic Nintendo video game said that. It's dangerous to go alone. Take this with you. And then they give you the sword. All right, I'm going to give you the answer. If you didn't put it in the chat, it is The Legend of Zelda, one of my favorite Nintendo games. All right. So what is the solution? I'm telling you guys, High Level is a solution. There's many others that you might already have or even use, okay? Your transformation, that is going to be the outcome that you have, and then the success, the result that they wanted all along, okay? So that's the story brand framework. And whenever you guys are talking, make sure that you're not the hero. You're not just telling them how you were able to overcome this, but you're telling them how they can overcome it and showing them the way, right? All right, so that being said, guys, I wanted to break that down with you because now what we're going to do, and I don't have a slide for this, so I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing this one. And I just talk to you guys for a second, okay? All right, break it down. We have a blog on our website right now, and you may or may not have a blog. You may or not have the time or capacity to even have a blog, right? But I have a blog on each of my websites now because how these search engines and these AI chatbots and not AI chatbots, how these programs like ChatGPT and Gemini and Claude are finding information about you is going to come down from a blog article telling the story, using the story brand framework and creating a blog. Okay, in your blog, you need to structure it by having something called a frequently asked questions. Every time that you write a blog, you should tell it in a story format. You should have second detail. You should have a frequently asked questions at the end, and that way you're basically training the AEO, the Ask Engine Optimization, what their common questions are going to be and how you're going to solve that, okay? On each of your website pages, each of your website actual site pages, you should tell the story of the hero's journey, all right? What is the villain, the challenge that your customer is facing, okay? How are you the guide to help them through it? What tools, the sword, are they going to need to be able to succeed? And what is the outcome? And if you're telling this story in your blogs and also on every single page of your website, the AEO is going to pick that up, and it is going to be trained on how to show that you are the authority in that space. You're not just the one with the information, but you're the actual authority in that space. Okay? So with that being said, guys, another detail for this, and I really wish I could, oh, hey, it's popped up. I can share my screen now. Okay, I'm going to share my screen in just a second. All right, yes, I don't know what happened, but it happened. All right, I want to tell you guys, okay, with that framework, you need to also think about what are the key questions that someone is asking right now about your business as a solution. So if you make a blog, for example, and let me just go ahead and share my screen. I don't know why it wasn't working, but now it is. So great, I'm going to share my entire screen with you guys. This is beautiful. All right, and now I can go back and I can train you on some of those things that we were working on. All right, so let's first go off to my website, okay? We're going to go to the main page. All right, and what was I just talking about? Okay, we're talking about the story brand, okay? And with that, right, martial arts is defense classes in Manassas. This is what I was just about to say. You need to have a headline that is going to be what people are searching for. So they're searching for martial arts and self-defense classes in Manassas, Virginia. That's one of our key searches, all right? And then now we need to have a little bit of breaking down, not to tell you how to build a website, all right? But I've got a few different buttons because this is the action I want you to take as soon as you go to my website. I want you to know that you can join our Confidence Starter Workshop on Saturday, and this is a free event. You could book your free lesson, or you could start and sign up right now at 50% off and get an online website. And if you're not quite ready, you could text my phone, and my phone through High Level, that platform, I'm going to give another shout out. I have an AI bot that I have trained extremely well to be able to book appointments. So if you click and you text this and you ask a question, my bot is trained to answer every single question you could possibly think of and ask. And I launched that bot just a few weeks ago, and we are getting average right now about 5 to 6 new members a week since that bot has taken off. So, and it's coming directly from the appointments that we're getting now, and the transfer that's turning into now new members is coming directly from people texting me from the website, okay? So that being said, you want to make sure that your site has some key buttons to be able to direct them, okay? This is an authority bar. You want to make sure that you've got something that is going to give them a little bit of peace of mind that, hey, this person is community oriented, okay? Why should I trust this person right now? All right, we want to talk about our programs, all right? And this is a little bit of the old SEO, but these are the list of different programs that we have. Each one of them has a correct link that you could go right to that program page and get more information, all right? I also have it as a visual. I may not need to have both of these, but I do right now. I might be changing that later for speeding up my site, but this is going to be my visual now, and I have a visual hook for each of my age group programs. Because if you're coming to my site, you're coming with the first thought that you want the information about which program. We need to identify that. If you clicked on one of these, it's going to go through the story brand of that, okay? But if not, we're going to now take you on that story. Do you need more confidence for your kids? Do you want them to learn about self-defense and setting boundaries, okay? What styles are we teaching and the benefits that we're trying to have? Now, my videos here, I'm going to need to put a different format in. As I talked about page speed earlier, the way that I've got these loading is very slow. So this is something that I need to fix still. But from here, I've got now a video for you to visualize and see. Now, you might not even want to have videos on your site at all because they will slow down your site, but I do like to have a visual. So I may end up just putting one video, and that's going to help my site to speed back up a little bit there. Okay, let's get back into, I want you to trust us. So let me introduce myself as your head coach. All right, why do you want to get started? Confidence, focus, discipline, respect, or is it self-defense? Here's your easy steps. We've got a few real reviews coming from our parents pulled directly from Google. All right, and then here is my frequently asked questions, all right, that somebody may have. Okay, and you can click this link and get more frequently asked questions if you need it. All right, now over here, I'm going to have another call to action. You can sign up right away, or you can start with a free class pass. Each button should have a different text. You don't want to repeat the same text on each button because that will also rank you lower and make it seem like it's spam or repetitive, okay? You're still not sure. That's okay. Why don't you join our Facebook community and get a chance to see things that we're posting about, okay? And why should you choose us? This is now going back into breaking down our community. Now, this part here, it kind of takes you on this journey. And what I'm exploring right now is the organization of it, because I kind of hit a little bit here, and then I go back to another thing, and then I go to another thing, and I may need to organize it so that it's actually clumped together one section at a time. I like it personally from a sales process right now, but I have this form here. I may actually even take this form off because it is slowing down my page right now from doing my page speed support that I talked about earlier. So guys, down here at the very bottom, I've got a Google map. I've got the direct areas that we're serving. This is going to help especially on our geo and being able to find what is local to you. All right, I have our hours of operation and our class schedule, and check this out. I'm about to show you guys some magic. I know you don't care about my website, but I'm showing this as an example. Now that I can share my screen, we're going to get into this, okay? And I have my 3 call to actions down here. So yes, right now my website is not got the fastest speed, okay? There's a few things in there that's a little bit repetitive that I'm going to be going in and I'm going to be cleaning up and I'm going to be fixing, all right? But there's a few key things in here that I want to point out for you guys, all right? And that is that the way that I've structured this is specifically from what I've learned about AEO and GEO and SEO. And now I'm going to show you the magic, okay? And there's one other thing, and I'm just going to point it out. I do have a chat bot on here that is also supported by High Level. And when you come in, you can decide how do you want to chat. You could even go right through Facebook or Instagram or a live chat or an SMS chat, okay? So how do you want to chat right on the website? And then you can ask questions. How much are your classes? Everybody wants to know that. Give me a minute to help you assist, and that person is going to end up answering your question and giving you the answer, okay? And it's pretty cool. It's typically pretty fast. I tell it to have a 4-second delay because I feel like that it feels a little bit more authentic, like a person is messaging, okay? For those that might be opposed to having a chat bot, you don't have to have one, all right? This does actually typically slow down a little bit of your page speed by having it, but it's so useful. It's actually booked appointments for me, okay? So here, this is going to start to answer the way that I trained it to answer in terms of giving the price and the program. It tells them that we've got an offer, it's 50% off, it's $84, and we do a free trial lesson. All right, so anyway, I just wanted to point that out and show you guys. That's a pretty awesome tool, okay? So now, here's what we're going to do, all right? Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to have to log back in. All right, we're going to get into High Level now because I want to show you this. And it's not just about selling High Level, but it's about training you and showing you about these tools that we've been talking about and giving you a better visual than just looking at my slides. Okay, so we're getting into it at this stage, and we've got just a little bit of time. We've got maybe 30 minutes left that I really wanted to spend on the presentation. So here we go, guys. I'm in my High Level dashboard. I've got my sub accounts here. I'm going to go to my Family Legacy Fitness and Martial Arts sub account. And just to give you guys a quick overview to show you is you've got dashboards. You can pull up, I won't click on my conversations, but you can pull up conversations and see all of the people that you're talking with across all social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, all of those things are going to pull up. Now, I'm not actually using this dashboard. I have another tool that I use once people sign up into my program, but you can set this dashboard up if you're doing all your payments through High Level. It can do all payments and everything through High Level, but I do have something that's more specific for martial arts that I use. All right, so next up, your Conversations tab. I won't click on it because I don't want you to see the private conversations, but you can actually speak with people through email, SMS, Facebook, Instagram, all those social platforms, and you can type in one spot and it will message them back on that platform. It's super nice once it's connected. Okay, your calendars. Like I said, I just launched this bot about a week ago, 2 weeks ago, and it's already been very active in booking for us. So we've got primary days of people coming in, and let me see. Oh, I'd have to select my calendar groups here. There it is. So you guys can actually see and start booking. So I do a lot of appointments on the weekends, and even though we have our testing this weekend, we've got a few people coming in. All right, so next up, guys, let's get into, it can manage all of your contacts. You can take payments. You can track opportunities. I won't click on that because you'll see people's data again. You can set up AI agents. That's your AI employees. All right, that's available here and pretty simple. I'm not getting into any of this stuff. These would be other master classes, but just a quick overview. Your marketing all in one place, your social planners. You can see here that I can create a new post, and I can have that post go across everywhere from YouTube to LinkedIn to Google My Business to Facebook, my personal. I can't do my personal page, but I can do Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. I can do it across all of those platforms. TikTok is also available. All right. I can set up automations for automatic message or email campaigns. I can manage my Google business reviews on here. It is a one-stop shop for everything. So that being said, guys, now I've given you a quick overview. Let's get into it, okay? Your websites. So I apologize if I'm bouncing around a bit, but your website here, guys, I'm going to click on my website, and this is the details that you need to know that you can actually implement and apply. You can build your own website through here. There are templates. I don't recommend them, but you can build your website through here. All right, I built it from scratch. All right, so let me see here. We're going to click on my new homepage. All right, now this is where the magic happens, guys. So once I pull this up, I'm going to show you how easy this is, because all of that tech jargon that I was just talking about, that probably never had. And you're like, just hire somebody. This is too complicated for me. How do I actually do this? I don't even understand half the words you just said. Let me show you how easy it is. So here, we're going to go to the SEO section. Oh, that's the pop-up section. We're going to go to the SEO section, not the pop-up section. Get out of here, pop-up. All right, here it is. Your SEO section pops up on the left-hand side here. All right, SEO and AI search optimization. Okay, now I have all of it filled out and figured out, but you can click on content and put in your content title. And if it's not under 70 characters, then you can make an adjustment for that too. Okay, for example, just take out a few things, and I don't need to take out more than a few things, but here, and then now it's optimized for under 70 characters. All right, you can type in your description, right? And then ChatGPT can help you with this for sure. Okay, type in your description here of what you need to say. You can put in your keywords here, and you can either do them like me spaced out, or you can have commas in between each one. But you put in all of your keywords. You need to develop who's going to be the author. It's going to be you, so just put your name down there. Load your image. Okay, that way it shows up nice and beautiful like this. If you go on Facebook now and you type in your domain name, a lot of times on Facebook, if the group allows it, it'll pop up with this image along with your link for your domain name. So a little pro tip on that is to make sure that that's set up properly. All right, next is going to be your links and your tags. And this is where the magic happens that I was talking to you about. You don't understand necessarily a lot of the tech and the jargon, okay? But here, the robots.txt, if you remembered that I mentioned that, this is where you're going to put it in. And there's a couple different links and tags that you'll put. I have, for example, an author tag. I have the robots.txt tag here. All right, your canonical links. I know this is going over your head, but trust me when I'm telling you guys, I'm just walking you through it. This is the link that you want Google to be able to find, okay? So you're going to put that link in here. All right, next, what language do you speak on this page? All right, specifically. All right, and one little detail, guys, going off of this script before I tell you guys the magic, because it's coming. But one little detail is that I also took my main page and I duplicated it and I made a Spanish version. And how I did that is I went into ChatGPT and I told it to give me a Spanish version of this page. And then I created the Spanish version, and then I had someone who speaks Spanish help me to read through it to make sure that everything looked really good, and then I was able to launch that page. Now that page, I can have an entire process for my Latino culture families to be able to walk them through the journey. And there's a few more steps of the journey that I'm putting in for them that's going to help them, that they can get all their information that they need. What is beautiful about the AI chatbot that I have is I didn't even have to tell it to be able to be bilingual. It automatically will be bilingual. If someone comes in speaking Spanish, it will automatically start talking to them in Spanish and help answer their questions, given the same responses that I've given before. It's a beautiful thing, high level, and what it does, okay? So here's where the magic happens, guys. Now, I've already done this for this page, but this is a detail that's super important that gets overlooked, and it's called schema. It's the schema markup, okay? And this is also where your search results and AI results are going to pull directly from. Let me walk you through it briefly, okay? You've already got on your website, as you saw, the first step on my website is to have all of these sections, okay? And when I go to the very bottom, I need to have our map, and I want to have my class schedule, my hours of operations. I want to have our address, phone numbers, social media links. Okay, if I've got all of that on my website already, okay, now we need to add schema. I'm not going to tell you the magic yet. I'm going to make you wait one more second, okay? You can click this button here that says add schema, and you can retype all of that information again individually, your organization details, your activity location, your website, your web page, all of these little details here, you have to type it in again, okay? Or on high level, I can't say this for every site right now, but high level is on cutting edge. You can click on this button. Again, I've already got it on my page, but you can click on this button and say create with AI. And now I've already gone through the process, but it will take a few minutes, but it will start to pull the data and the information that you've already got on your website, and it's going to pull that into and create the schema for you. And that's what I did for my site, okay? So now you just go in and you just verify that the information is correct, and then you click yes, I want that schema to be applied, and then boom, all of your schema is done. You don't need to remember any of the tech jargon that I talked about. All right, the robots, TXT, the metadata, all that stuff, the AI is going to take care of it for you, and it's going to help you to be able to do it. Do you need to hire me to build your website now? Only if you don't have time, okay? But because of this, I'm going to show you another deal that is going to help you. Because if you're like me, and I like to be, I like to do things myself, right? And a lot of entrepreneurs do. When you are building this site, this is the biggest thing. This is a high-level tip that I missed when I first started. All right, this element right here has been saved as a universal element. So when you go to add a new element, whatever it might be, it's a line, a subline, a paragraph, an image, a button, okay? You're going to break down what columns you're going to do, okay? Once you've actually built that, which is actually pretty quick and pretty easy to do, okay, but once you've actually built that, you're going to want to save it. And then now, once it's saved, you can go to these sections, and let's say that you're going to start, and I'll do it. I'll just start a new page here. So hold on a second. All right, we're going to start a new page. I'm going to show you how quickly you can make your page. All right, the first page, it might take you an hour or even a couple hours to do, okay? That's okay. Once you're putting in sweat equity, you're putting in your time. All right, now if I were to add a new page, I'm just going to name it as a test page, okay? And the path will be /test, all right? And I'm going to delete this one later. But if I were to add a new page, check this out. This is pretty cool. Because I saved my other information. And I can't believe I missed this when I first started building websites on high level. All right, it was super tedious and annoying. Okay, let's see where it went. My test page. Let us edit this page. Now you can duplicate pages. Okay, so I can duplicate the entire page and then go in there and delete things and re-enter things. And sometimes that's faster. But what I found once I figured out this tip is that this is actually faster for me, and my brain works better with it. All right, I'm going to go into saved assets now. Watch how fast I'm going to build my second page or my next page. Okay, universal sections, and I'm going to scroll down, and I'm going to find, I might have passed it already. I'm going to find my top bar. I have two. I have this one, which has just my phone number, and then I have this one, which has all of my links. Okay, and then guess what, guys? I'm going to want to pull, you know, maybe a standard format here for my content. Let's just put it in. Right now, we'll just put this in, okay? So I can plug this in now. Maybe I want to have this same thing on more than one page. I don't necessarily recommend it because then it's going to show up as a duplicate. But now let's go ahead and put in my SEO information that I definitely want to have in. I want to have in my brand authority. So let me drag that in. I don't have to recreate it. Okay. On the footer of my page, I always want to have with my footer my map so that I'm getting mapped. Okay. And I always want to have on the footer of my page my hours of operation and my social links. So now when I go to do that schema markup, it has all the information for this particular page ready to go. And then now, let's say that I want the page to be about specific things. All right. And I'm only showing you this because we are talking about optimizing your website here. But I can now make in, and I can put in my headline and my sublines, and I can type in and make these adjustments. I can put in an image now, and you guys get the idea. But I don't have to recreate all of this information again. All right. For me, it blew my mind when I was able to do that. So I hope that that helps you guys. All right. All right, I just stopped sharing my screen, but I am going to go back and share it one more time here. Okay, guys, because there's one other thing I wanted to break down, and I wanted to make sure that I've got this recorded for you guys so that you guys can go back. And actually, when you go to my YouTube channel later, you're going to see snippets from this, and in AI, you're going to be able to do searches, and I'm going to be able to answer questions for you guys. And I'm just cutting this video up into small videos that, you know, let's say there was a section that you wanted to review. You don't have to watch the whole video. I'm going to have it broken down for you guys, okay? So let me share this screen one more time because this is a huge one that I was talking about earlier, but I wasn't able to share it while I was talking about it. All right? And that is going to be your page speed insights. So on here, guys, what you can do is you can type in any website that you want to look at, okay? So let's try my next one up, marketing.com website. Now I'm going to put this in there, and I have not put this in here to actually optimize my marketing website. This is a lower priority. I'm going to be getting to this eventually, okay? But I've been focused on my martial arts website. So let's see how my marketing is doing right now. And as we take this through, let me review with you guys a few things about your page. So even just structuring the size of your photos, the size of your video files, embedding videos versus uploading the video directly into the site management. Okay, making sure that you've only got one hero headline and you're not confusing it with multiple hero headlines. Okay, and identifying what that looks like. So you can see, okay, out of best practices, I've got a 96, SEO, I've got 100, accessibility, I've got 86, and performance, that's my speed, I've got a 48. Okay, and a lot of websites, I've put in some competitor websites, a lot of websites are like this with a low performance. So I haven't even touched my website after putting it into this yet. And I'm going to go in and I'm going to start looking at these different details of what is actually blocking the render blocking, okay? All of this mumbo jumbo, you might not know what it means. Just copy it, put put it into ChatGPT. It's going to help guide you. And then go back to the site builder and then start making the changes and adjustments that you need to have. All right, guys, so this is how your page speed, and it's pagespeed.web.dev, and it's free, and you guys can go ahead and analyze your website and then start making the changes you need, okay? One other thing that I want to show you guys, go back to my personal page here, and let's go up to our top menu, and let's go to this news and blog, okay? News and blog, because I want to give you guys really tangible strategies, all right? This is my blog site on my website, and then over here you can click on any of these blogs and it's going to pop up, and I'll click on one here in a minute, okay? But this one is, I've titled my newsletter and updates, and anything that's really important that's happening and things that we are doing in the community for our martial arts program, like our graduation is going to be tonight and this weekend. We've got our summer buddy challenge, our summer programs. We've got Mother Appreciation Month we did last month, community sport. I went to support. I went to Weems Elementary School. I was at the Veteran Resource Fair. So those types of community articles I have on this part of the blog. And then down here I have my martial arts blog, and this is really about Google search and AEO, Ask Engine Optimization, when people are looking for martial arts schools. So what are the best 5 martial arts styles for self-defense training in Manassas, Virginia? That is a keyword search. Somebody might be looking for what is the best style, okay? Are martial arts classes beneficial for shy children? The best martial arts classes for kids in Manassas, Virginia. All right, can martial arts help children with ADHD? Kids and martial arts in Manassas, Virginia. Kids self-defense classes in Manassas, Virginia. You can see that there's a trend here, right? The trend is that I'm going to tell you guys what the key search is, and then now let's click on one for a minute. We're going to go into the story brand that I talked to you about before. We need to take them on a customer journey, and we need to share the story. So we're going to share it with the story. There's going to be links that are going to go back to different other parts of my website. Each one of those links is creating a backlink for another page on my website that is an important page that I want to be getting to be seen more on Google, okay? Each one of these images needs to have an alternate SEO text. And this is another mistake that a lot of people miss, is you need to, as you're uploading the image into High Level or into whatever the website CRM is that you're using, or blog hosting CRM, you need to make sure that there is an alternate SEO that is going to also link into what people are searching for, okay? And then from here, we just break down the different styles that we're breaking down into our curriculum and the benefits of them. All right, at the very end, guys, of this, here is my frequently asked questions. This is training that AEO, that Ask Engine, so that it knows exactly how to answer questions about our program. And then from here, guys, this is my signature, and on every single one, these are all the backlinks that I want to make sure that are getting connected, okay? So maybe this is a bit overwhelming, but again, you could use ChatGPT, and when you do, I don't want you to just write a blog article and just whatever ChatGPT puts out is what it puts out, because it's going to have the same generic one for every single person in your industry. But what I want you to do is to use your video, or not your video, but your actual audio on your phone or your device, and you're going to talk to ChatGPT, and you're going to say what is unique about you. Okay, and I like to just talk to it. You could type it in if you want to, but make sure you give it the unique prompts and the unique things that is really what is unique about you, okay? And you'll see in here too, it also mentions where do we serve, because that's going to help rank us higher again in the local searches, all right? And this backlink here is backlinking my other businesses and my other brands. All right, here's the next tip. How do backlinks work? You want to be seen on different companies, not just your own. So Google and the search engines are going to recognize that, hey, you own this blog, okay? So yes, we're going to count that as a backlink for you, but it's one that you own, okay? Now wait a minute, there's another website that you don't own that is also backlinking you. That's going to be looked at a little bit more as an authority. Now there's local backlinks. There's local websites, maybe like your Chamber of Commerce website, that's now listing your business, and that's going to rank you even more authority, okay? So getting ranked on backlinks is really not as hard as you think it is, all right? You can even just search up for like ChatGPT. This is the tip I gave you before. So I know sometimes you guys have been sticking with me. I'm giving you the strategies. I wanted to give them earlier on, but with my tech issue, I wasn't able to share my screen. So here we go. Let me delete this one here. And let's get into, okay, for next one up marketing.com, give me a list of backlinks that I am listed on as well as not listed, but should be. Probably a run-on sentence, but ChatGPT is smart enough to figure that out. All right, this is just a very simple prompt. You might want to make it more detailed, but let's just put that in for now and see what happens. You already know the answer. It is going to pull up the backlinks, okay? All right, I can't see the actual backlinks, all right, but it's going to start to pull up a list of what they recommend, okay? And here's Google Business Profile, Bing, Apple, Yelp, Yellow Pages, MapQuest, Hot Frog, Manta. It's going to tell you Northern Virginia ones, Prince William Chamber, City of Manassas, all right, wherever you can get located. You might not actually be able to get linked on some of these places, that's okay, but it's going to start to give you a list of different ones, all right? And then if you're chatting with it, you're going to find more and more and more. You can also just go onto Google and search for backlinks for your industry, and then it's going to give you a whole bunch, and you can go in and you can start signing up for those. So like I was saying, is backlinks is one. All right, getting featured, the next tip for your backlinks is getting featured on other people's websites, other people's blogs, other people's podcasts. And when you can be featured on these other people's information, you guys are going to get a chance to be getting more and more backlinks and more visibility, okay? I know I'm right about at the time that I wanted to end on, but I'm giving you guys a lot of content, a lot of things that I've been using and doing, all right? Something really interesting is, I won't do it, you can do it if you want, I don't want to be vain, but you guys can go and you can research in the Google search engine and type in Tim Rook. And let's see what it talks about when you look up my name in the search engine, okay? It's going to pull information from my IMDb page, which is I'm a stunt performer in the Screen Actors Guild, and it's going to pull up podcasts that I've been on, and it's going to tell you the businesses that I own, and it's going to give you guys a profile. And where did it get that information from? It wasn't there just a few months ago. It got that information from blog articles that I've written, from websites that I've built, and from podcasts that I've been on. And with that being said, guys, you can take one piece of content. You can take one piece of content. I actually do have a slide for this. Let's see where that is. That's all right. I have a cool slide for this, but it's all right. You can take one piece of content, guys, and you can break that down into multiple ways of multiplying how people see you. So if you were on a podcast, you can then take the actual transcript of the podcast, put it into ChatGPT, ask it to create a blog article for you, ask it to make social media posts for you, and based on the content that you have. All right, you can break down one piece of video content, one long form like what I'm doing content, and then break it down into shorts to help educate in a shorter version of what we're talking about here. No one's going to go back and watch this whole hour and a half presentation that I just did, but you will go back and you'll see some of the shorts and some of the things that I'm going to break down from it, okay? But having your blog, using short form video content and long form video content, creating an email newsletter to continue to show value of what you guys are doing, putting out together guides on things that you're talking about. So I have a guide right now that can actually walk you through, simpler than I was even able to say it over the last hour and a half, and just use it as a reference. If you want the guide, just send me a message or type it in the chat, and I'll send you the guide. Anybody who registered is going to get the guide. I'll email that out to you guys, okay? But your social media posts, your podcast episodes, your frequently asked questions, your blog articles, all right, your YouTube video content, all right? And when you guys are looking at this, I'm going to give one more shout out because I love High Level, all right? It is the one platform that I use. And whether you liked the format, I know that my tech was kind of broken today, but if you liked the presentation, or if you like the concept of High Level just based on what you saw today, if you want to see a little bit more for yourself, you get a free 14-day trial directly from High Level. So you're not buying anything from me. You're getting it right from the source. And if you want to do that, guys, I've got the link in the comments on the Facebook Live, and as well as I'll put it in the YouTube Live later. You guys can message me. If you were in this, it's also in the chat. If you're watching this webinar live and you're in the chat, thank you guys. All right. And I encourage you guys to go and check it out, because literally you can do everything. And if you want to know how much it is after the trial period, it's only $97 a month. And again, that goes directly to High Level. They give a portion back to me as a referral credit, but you guys get the development support directly from the tech and the company that made this support. So all of these tools can become available to you guys. If you decide that player one mode of you building your website, optimizing it, and all the details just sounds like way too much time for you to do, but you want to get the outcome. You want to get ranked up higher on Google, to get up on first page, to be battling and competing for that top 3 spot in that boss battle mode that I talked to you about, then you guys can do it as player one mode, or you can hire me and my team as the co-op mode, and we're going to start to build things out for you, and we're going to do it together. If you have zero time to do anything, you can hire my team as a boss mode, and we're going to do everything for you. We'll build the entire website for you. We're going to optimize all the details for you, take care of all the schema, the metadata, all the robots, all of the Q&As. We're going to have the entire thing done for you. You only have to answer a couple basic questions, and we'll make it for you. If that's the type of outcome you want, and you want to get that, we'll get it done for you guys in about a week, okay? So if that's the type of outcome that you guys would like, and to be able to move faster, all right, then our team can do it for you, okay? And it's really looked at as 3 options. Player one, do it yourself. That's going to be where you're spending the time, like I spent in months, diving into it, and I've still got more work that I'm going to be doing in it. That's player one mode. All you have to do is buy the tools, and then you can use it, whether it's my High Level affiliate tool or if it's another tool. All right. Co-op mode, we're going to do it together. Whether you hire my marketing company and my team or another marketing team, okay, you're going to do it together. All right. And the level 3 is boss mode. We're going to take care of it for you. You can just keep focusing on your business and delivering results. If you had a good time, please let me know in the chat if you learned something. I hope you got at least one strategy out of this today, whether it is how you're structuring your blogs, all right, using the AI components of High Level to actually get your metadata and your schema and all of that updated. Maybe it's looking at how you're telling your story brand and how you're actually communicating that story on your website, in your blogs, in your video contents, okay? Maybe it's just learning exactly that this is a new thing that you need to know about and you need to dive more into about AEO and SEO and websites and all of that information, okay? Whatever it is, guys, you can put it in the chat too. I'd love to see what did you get out of this. All right, I hope you got something from it. If there's another web class masterclass series that you would like to see, there's a few things that I broke down today that we didn't get more in depth in. We can talk about it. So what game are you focused on right now in your marketing? And everyone needs to be focused on a marketing game. You should always be thinking about, you know, how you're generating new leads, how you're getting new people in the door to get to know who you are. You need to be focused on how you are getting out there in the community. And it doesn't have to be high intense sales. It can be informative. It can be educational. All right. What are you doing to get yourself out there? And it could be anywhere from improving your website, improving your search engine optimization. Maybe the game of marketing that you're playing right now is content creation, and we can dive deep into how you can generate more content. I touched a little bit upon it today. Maybe the marketing game that you want to get into is AI employees and having AI agents actually be able to help you to book appointments, just like the AI bots that I have right now are actually booking appointments. I have another one that I'm just about to launch that is very well trained. I've already tested it. It's pretty awesome. And it's going to be converting people who did not sign up for my program. It's going to convert them into sales. And it's going to convert them into signing up for our program. And simply put, it's just a conversation bot that's going to answer the questions in a very timely manner. And it's going to answer the exact way that I would have texted back if I was actually there talking to them. And I monitor those bots every time that they're active. So that being said, guys, maybe that's something that you're interested in learning more about. All right, whatever it is, it could be Facebook marketing, Instagram marketing, Google marketing, ads, how you run these ads, and tips and details. Each month, I'm going to dive into a new subject, and hopefully next month, I will have an even better presentation ready with less tech issues. But I appreciate you guys being here today, and I will see you guys next time at your next one up Marketing Masterclass. Take care.